Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the installment of Scott's Selections here for Tuesday, October 13th. We're getting today's play of the day, a quick recap of what happened yesterday. We ended up picking up a winner in the Chargers and Saints game as we had the over 5.5 total touchdowns, which was available on DraftKings at -113. I had 4 touchdowns in the first half, then you had 0 in the third quarter, so it got a little bit dicey. But at the end of the day, the Saints ended up scoring. Then the Chargers had the long bomb to Mike Williams. Then the Saints scored again. So he ended up having a decent amount of touchdowns, and it went over. So definitely a nice continuation of the weekend as we ended up having another successful day on Monday. Now for Tuesday, we're going to be going back to the NFL for the rare edition of Tuesday Night Football as the Titans and Bills game was moved from Sunday because of COVID involving the Titans. And for the play of the day, we're going with a little bit of value play here at a plus price. It's going to be on the over 3.5 touchdowns for the Buffalo Bills, which is available on DraftKings at +143. A time recording of 3:47 a.m. Eastern Time. Now, a couple reasons why I like this prop. First of all, there's a ton of value on it. You're getting it on DraftKings at +143. Every other book has has a +120 or lower. So you're already gaining roughly 20-something cents of value. I couldn't check PointsBet though because they're currently doing maintenance, but DraftKings definitely has better odds than FanDuel and Fox Bet, etc. So for that reason, I simply think that this value alone is too good to pass up. Second of all, Tennessee's defense has been very underwhelming this season. Although they are giving up 24.7 points per game, they have a massive outlier as they only gave up 14 points against Denver in Week 1. Since then, they've given up at least 30 points in each of the last 2 games. So defensively, they have been a mess. They've given up at least 4 touchdowns in each of those games. And it also is worth mentioning that Tennessee hasn't really been able to practice that much lately because of the COVID that they were dealing with staff members as well as players. They weren't able to practice last week. They opened up the practice facility a couple of days ago, but that was about 3 days ago or so. So they really haven't had much time to practice at all. So I think that an already struggling defense might look a little bit worse or even just flat in general with the lack of actual constant reps, whether it's in games or in practice for about a week and a half or so of missed time. Meanwhile, Buffalo is 4-0. They've been great, scoring at least 30 points in each of their last 3 games. They have scored at least 4 touchdowns in every game besides the opener. So each of the last 3 games they have gone over. And at +143, you're giving me a Bills team that has been really good offensively, averaging approximately 30-plus points per game, 30.8 to be exact, against a Tennessee defense that has not been that good and also might be a little bit flat and a little bit rusty for not playing in such a long period of time. So right now, +143 on the Bills, over 3.5 touchdowns definitely seems like a very solid deal there. Plus, the Bills team total is currently at 27.5 at -108, which means that in order for that to go over, you either need 3 touchdowns and 3 field goals or 4 touchdowns. And for that reason, instead of just simply banking on 3 field goals with 3 touchdowns, you'd be better off just taking the total touchdowns over for 3.5, and you're also going to be getting roughly 50 cents of value on that. So in comparison, if you like the team total here, take the touchdowns instead because the odds of the Bills going over 27.5 with 4 touchdowns being involved are definitely a lot higher than 3 touchdowns along with a minimum of 3 field goals. So for that reason, the play of the day here for Tuesday, October 13th is going to be on the Bills total touchdowns over 3.5 at +143 on DraftKings. That's been the installment Scott Selections. Good luck to all of you and your respective bets today. Bye, everyone.